We're now on season 1 of Marvel Rivals. It's been a ton of fun, to be honest. I've been enjoying myself, and I have now reached Diamond 1 right now. Or I think I'm Diamond 2, 97. I was Diamond 1, I deranked, and then I got close again to Diamond 1. I'm trying to push to like Grandmaster 2. I think that's top 500 right now. And I've just been playing whatever the team needs. But I noticed something becoming more prominent as the ranks are getting higher. It was the triple support comps, and not just any supports. It was the ones with the defensive ults, and I don't think it's a super popular comp yet, but it feels like it's going to be played more and more. I personally don't really like that. Maybe I'm the only one with this issue that I don't like this triple support meta, and others are actually enjoying it. But maybe I haven't been looking, but I haven't really seen anyone complain about the triple support meta. I haven't really been checking like Reddit or Twitter. Maybe that's where people are complaining, but I haven't seen any videos or anything. Maybe there is. Maybe I just haven't looked hard enough. So what are the issues that I have with this triple support meta? I feel like I always say I'm watching Necro's video, but I mean, I feel like he's like the main Marvel Rivals content creator that I watch. But I was watching his tier list video, and he was saying it's a triple support meta. It's definitely so, and he's high. He's like at the top, so it's probably for sure being played more and more up there. It's only natural that's going to become more and more popular. The biggest reason I don't like triple support is because it feels so uninteractive. This is like a fighting game. If you're going against a zoner, like you can beat them if you're good enough, if you play patient enough, but it just feels uninteractive and boring. I always hate going against zoners because of those reasons. And in this game, there's fights where nothing happens because of how much support ults are being preserved and saved for other offensive ults. It's usually just a trade-off of ults, and maybe that's just a hero shooter thing, like I press Q, you press Q, but the team will always have a defensive ult up for any fight because of the triple support comp. So you can bait out one of their support ults, you know, potentially, but then like I said, the two of the supports are just going to be there, and they're going to have their ult up and ready to go. And Cloak and Dagger, I think, is a big issue right now, just because of how quick that character gets their ult. So they can just realistically use it whenever they want, and even if they fuck it up, they're gonna have their other supports to have their defensive ults just in case something else happens. And then by the time the other team gets like an ult, Cloak and Dagger is gonna have their ult again. They get it so fast. I think it's one of the fastest charging ults, probably next to Moon Knight or something like that. And because of how strong defensive ults are this season, it feels like other supports aren't even worth playing. I see so many Rocket mains just getting torched in our teams just because they want to play their main. And I feel bad because I see a Rocket, I'm like, oh, we fucking lost this game. But like, it's literally not because of like their skill or anything. It's just because they're playing Rocket. And it's because Rocket doesn't have a defensive ult. And I've seen many games where the team just blames us not having another defensive ult. But that's probably not the whole story. It's for sure winnable. But it does suck not having a defensive ult when they have two, and it's just like, what the fuck. And usually when you're running triple support, you aren't running Rocket or Adam Warlock. I don't even see Adam being played at all either. I don't remember the last time I saw him. I feel like in my last like 30 games, I actually only saw him once. And this can make this season pretty stale. For me personally, I just don't like the triple support. But we are still at the beginning of the season, so maybe a counterplay will be figured out. What if Rocket is the counterplay, you know? Getting that damage boost and you could fucking burn through them with like a Punisher or something. So can this issue be fixed though? So how can they fix if this is really such a dominant team comp and there's actually no counter found? And I think it just boils down to some supports just having less ult charge, like how I mentioned Cloak and Dagger. It can make the pace of the game feel a little bit better. It's ultimately up to the dev team and see how they react. They seem pretty good on hearing feedback and doing something about it. So, but that's the thing, I'm not seeing a lot of people complain, so maybe it's not as big of an issue as I think it is, but I just don't like it. So maybe this is just me. This is all just me. And I also mentioned how potentially a strong counter will be found, or we just have to figure it out. And when they have triple support, I usually play Moon Knight for triple support. I think he's like the best pick, but I think he is a stronger pick than me playing Spider-Man against triple support. It also can suck though, because if they have a good Psylocke, your huge hitbox on Moon Knight will be the death of you. So I mean, Moon Knight has his weaknesses, but I really like him, especially because they play Loki, and like the turrets can be like, and the turrets just get mauled by Moon Knight, and the way it changed through it too. So I really like playing Moon Knight if I ever see triple support with a Loki, especially. But I'm completely open. Even though I really dislike this meta early on into the season, I am open to waiting and seeing if the meta develops to counter triple support. And it's not every game where it happens. either. But I do see if one team starts to do triple support, the other team will just follow. They're like, oh, fuck you. It's like, if you're going to do that bullshit, we're going to do it too. So I'm not asking for nerfs immediately. And I also know Magneto can be a counter to the Cloak and Dagger ult. It's actually just free if they're not being protected in their ult. It's pretty good though, because if you ult, they can't go all the way out. They have to ult within their team and make them stay there. But I've seen a good I was Magneto and they had a Magneto too, and then I charged my ult, got it up, and then I was about to do it, and then they got bubbled. I was like, oh my fucking word, what a bubble. And it makes Magneto really strong because he counters it and helps the triple support, which makes him a must pick too. And I like Magneto. I think he's actually pretty fun, and I think a lot of people don't think he's fun. I just like hitting like right click and then using a bubble on someone, then getting right click again, you're just doing a ton of damage. But I want to play some other tanks too. I don't want to always play Magneto because I have to play Magneto. I was playing it because I just enjoyed him. And maybe they don't change this triple support meta. Maybe they have something in store, like an anti-heal character. And I think it's bound to happen because they have the anti-heal UI effect for Doctor Strange. So I think it's just bound to happen at this point. I think it would be a good counter for triple support. But then again, that character is just going to be perma-picked. Or you could just ban that character and then what? You can just do triple support again. But then other characters are open. Like maybe Hela. Like you just got to play Hela and just dominate the triple support. I don't like playing Hela though. So... And at that point, we're just going back to Overwatch. So I'm not a big fan of the triple support meta, personally. Do you guys like it? Do you see it often in your games? I feel like I see it once in every 3 games. My friend's Grandmaster 3, I think he was Grandmaster 2, and I was looking at his match history, and there was a lot of triple support games. And should it stay? Should it go? Let me know. Whoa, I didn't mean to rhyme. Maybe I'm just an idiot piece of shit. But nah, when I see triple support, I want to cry. I'm out of it.